If you're working on your literature review right now, you've probably wondered whether you should be using AI tools. Maybe you've tried asking ChatGPT to summarize papers. Maybe you've seen tools that claim to write your literature review for you. And maybe somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a concern. Is this allowed? Am I crossing a line? What's actually safe and useful here? Hi, I'm Dr. Matthew Courtney from Grad Coach, and over the years, our team has helped over 10,000 graduate students complete their dissertations and theses. And today, I want to give you a clear, practical guide for using AI tools in your literature review, what they're genuinely helpful for, and what you should absolutely avoid. First, let's establish a simple principle. AI tools are strongest at assisting your process, not replacing your scholarship. They can help you find, organize, and clarify information, but they cannot evaluate evidence or make scholarly judgments for you. The safest and most effective way to use AI in the literature review is as a research assistant, not as a co-author. One of the most useful ways to use AI is for literature search and discovery support. Tools like semantic search engines and AI-enhanced databases, I like ResearchRabbit or Elicit, can help you identify relevant papers, trace citation networks, and surface related concepts that you might not have considered. This is especially valuable early in the literature review, when you're still mapping the field. AI can broaden your search, but you still decide what is relevant and credible. Another strong use of AI is summarization support. But with caution. If you already have a paper, AI tools can help you extract key points, identify potential research questions, or outline the structure of a study. I really like consensus.ai for this one. This can save time when screening large numbers of articles. But the critical rule here is verification. You must always read the original paper yourself. AI summaries can omit nuance, misinterpret findings, or miss limitations. They're a starting point, not a substitute for comprehension. AI can also be genuinely helpful for organization. Many students use AI tools to cluster articles by theme, generate comparison tables, or help build synthesis matrices. This is one of the safest and most productive applications because it supports the intellectual work that you're already doing, looking for patterns across studies. You're still making the decision. AI is just helping to manage the complexity. Last but certainly not least, you can use AI for language refinement. Once you've written your synthesis in your own words, AI tools like Grammarly can help improve clarity, precision, or flow. This is similar to using grammar checking software for editorial support that's already built in. The key boundary is that the ideas, interpretations, and structure must originate from you. Now, let's talk about what to avoid. The biggest risk area is using AI to generate literature review text based on papers that you haven't read. This is where accuracy problems and academic integrity issues arise. AI tools can produce confident-sounding summaries that are often incomplete or sometimes incorrect, but they sound totally plausible, and errors often go unnoticed. Examiners are increasingly familiar with this pattern, and it shows up as shallow synthesis or misinterpreted findings. Another major pitfall is citing sources that you have not personally verified. Some AI tools generate references automatically, but these can be inaccurate, outdated, or even fabricated. In a literature review, every citation represents a claim about the literature. If you haven't checked that original source, you cannot safely make that claim. This is one of the clearest red flags that examiners see in AI misused writing. You should also avoid asking AI to synthesize the literature broadly, and then treating that synthesis as authoritative. Literature reviews require judgment about study quality, context, and theoretical framing, things AI cannot reliably evaluate. When AI generates sweeping statements about a field, those statements often lack important nuances or misrepresent other consensus in the field. Your literature review must reflect your critical reading, not an algorithmic average of the papers. There's also a deeper issue here, the underlying learning. The literature review is not just a document, a box to check. It's how you become an expert in your topic. If AI shortcuts the reading and thinking process, it undermines the very expertise that your dissertation is meant to demonstrate. Used well, AI can support that learning. Used poorly, it replaces it, and that should scare you. So the practical guideline is this. If the task involves locating, organizing, or clarifying material that you already understand, AI is usually safe and helpful. If the task involves interpreting evidence, evaluating studies, or making scholarly claims, that work should remain yours. It's also wise to check your institution's guidance. Policies on AI use in graduate research are evolving every day, but most align with this principle: transparency and intellectual ownership. You remain responsible for the accuracy and integrity of your literature review, regardless of the tools that are used. If this video is helpful to you, hit the like button so that we know to create more content like this. And if you're unsure about a specific AI tool or use case, drop it in the comments below and we'll help you think it through.